I can't even. So today's episode, we're gonna be talking about staying home burnout. And ironically enough, these are big news. And jump right into what we're talking about today. Stay-at-home Are you a stay-at-home parent who is burnout? You're overwhelmed, you are stressed, you're sleep deprived, you just got a lot of emotions that you don't know what to do with. And most of all, are you missing out on that self-care that you truly deserve? I'm guilty, guys. I'm guilty of it too, so don't worry. You are in the right place to talk and share, okay? Know that you are not alone. But before we get started, go ahead and click that button, okay? It's the wink. It's like I know it looks like I'm winking, but I swear to you, it's sleep deprivation. So, but go ahead and click that subscribe button before we get into it. Click the notification bell so you don't miss out on content. And let's just jump right into it. Oh my goodness, I'm going to share my journey. I can only tell from my perspective. So if it's not your perspective, totally fine. That's what makes up the world, like all of our experiences. And I'm just going to share with you where I am in my journey. But before we even do say that, I want to say that all your feelings are valid, okay? It is totally fine to feel burnout. It doesn't make you a bad mother, father, caretaker, whatever you are in this journey, whomever you are to your household. Know that your feelings are valid. You can totally be burnt out and still love your children, your husband, your wife, your wives, your husbands with an S, whomever, your kitty cats, your dogs, snakes, gerbils, whatever. You can love them so much and still be burnt out and still be overwhelmed. It is totally okay. It is totally fine to have multiple truths exist in one space, okay? I know so often as stay at home parents, at least in my experience, are the prejudgments. Oh, like you really just don't even feel like you have a right to complain or feel burnout or feel bad because how dare you? You have the privilege to be at home. I think people for some reason, and not to say that there aren't stay-at-home parents that do this or stay-at-home people like that sit around eating crumpets, watching their stories, or I don't know, playing tennis, drinking wine, and yoga. That is not my experience. Do I do some of those things? Yes, but do I get to do them on a regular, like I would want to? Maybe, yeah, no. In a perfect world, that would be amazing. I could totally sit at home and watch Matlock all day. Like, I'm pretty simple. That is not my life. And also, we don't know what brings everyone to their journey. And I think so often the assumption is, again, that you just sit at home and that financially, um, you are able to take care of stuff. And so you have the privilege to sit at home and make that choice. Now, granted, for many, that it is the case that financially you are able to make that decision, but often that comes with sacrifice. I know financially we have been very blessed, and I will not negate that because I'm so grateful. And so to dismiss it would be just, disrespectful to the blessing that is. However, it came with much sacrifice. I mean, there's been times where we didn't have cable. There's been times where we've made decisions about what kind of car we were going to have or not have. A lot of thrifting, just a lot of things that some other people might not be willing to do. And so I say all that in because everybody's story is uniquely theirs. So people really should back off. But as we know, we can't control what others think. And really, who cares? Because at the end of the day, it's about us and our journey. So for me, I became a stay at home parent because my dad became really ill. My mom was already dealing with some things with her disability, and then my dad became really, really sick. I mean, sick enough to where we didn't know if he was going to make it at the time. Let me disclaimer: he is here. So grateful he is here. But yeah, it was really rough in trying to make a decision because I was always like, I was the career-minded woman. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna climb the corporate ladder. Kids are gonna be great. I'm gonna put them in this school. We're gonna do that. I mean, I had it all mapped out. This was a complete pivot. Like I didn't see this coming. And when it got to the point where I was moving up the corporate ladder, I was climbing it, y'all. I was climbing it. And it just got to a point where it wasn't fair to my office anymore because I was taking off so much time to be with my dad and to be there for him. And I don't regret that. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna, for me, and there's nothing wrong with other people because you ultimately you always have to do what's best for you and be able to deal with whatever the consequences are of your decision. For me, I was going to choose my dad all day. Now, if you chose to work or whichever, if you had a sick parent, that's totally fine too because maybe financially, whatever the case may be, like just my conscience, just for me, it was just a no-brainer. And I felt like he needed me. And he did, and I was so grateful. And as I was home, I saw how much my son was learning and how much he was picking up on things and how helpful it was to my parents' recovery. And I was like, this is just a beautiful generational thing we have going on here. And so my son and I, we also start going. So in the meantime, I would be like, I would help take care of my parents, and in between my dad's appointments, I would take my son to. We would go to the museums. We would do like 4 or 5 things in a day. We're going to the museum. We're going to the zoo. We're going. We're going to our homeschool groups to meet with other children. We're going to set up play dates. We are doing all these things. And so then in between that, life keeps happening. My stepson comes to visit, which are some of the most beautiful times. So being able to see his brother and him bond, and being a stay-at-home parent allows us the time because a lot of times there are like spring breaks and things and certain holidays and sometimes like days out of school don't align with our states. So if I was working and when I was working, it became a little bit more challenging once he was of a certain age because there was nobody to really watch him. So it does allow for those beautiful things. So mind you, so at this point I've talked about how I have helped my parents, I have helped my stepson, I have helped my son. I have another baby 2 years ago who needs mommy and milky milk. That's that's our side milk all day. So I am still nursing. Yes, my 2 year old. My choice, my right. No, but no, seriously. And also, right before COVID 2019, my husband and I decided to um, purchased 2 businesses, and really it was his dream. And just as a wife, as a partner, for my best friend, I'm going to support you. And so financially I support it where just all around I wanted to be there. So I've been there for husband, stepson, son, parents. But who have you not heard me mention? Me. Me. And how can I be okay? How can I be all these things to everybody and think that I won't be burnt out when I have had no self care? And really, for me, redefining and defining what self care is because, you read self care, oh, like I read my self care quote for the day, like, I'm good, right? Or I ate my piece of fruit, I did my yoga. And for some reason, I was doing all these things. I would read my books. And I still was not feeling fulfilled. And seeing my kids flourish, and again, life is not perfect. So when I say this, please, because I know we look at Instagram, we look at all these different things, that is in a vacuum. Okay, so but there are some beautiful things where I'm so happy to see my kids flourish, to see my husband and his dreams and the business that he really envisioned come to fruition and be successful. It is amazing to see my dad's health get better. Are we completely, like without issue? No, but oh my goodness, from where we came, beautiful, beautiful. But again, I was lost. And so let me tell you one of the things that did help me and just was a huge influencer. Do you have to do it? No. Like and was this like a one trick pony? No. But it was so eye opening. So a couple of years ago, I met Elizabeth, and she is amazing. And I met her early in her journey in photography, and she does boudoir photos, and she is amazing. So I will leave her link and her Instagram info in the description. Check her out if you have not. She is totally worth every penny. And even, God forbid, if for some reason you don't get the pictures, but I know you're gonna get the pictures if you go see her. The experience itself is amazing. And so I went. originally the first time. This was like after my firstborn, and I think we had had a couple of miscarriages. We had definitely had a couple of miscarriages at this time. After at this time, at that point, so I was not feeling the greatest about my body. I was feeling really just like I was just trying to find my way. And that experience was was so awesome because she, I was able to talk to her. She was so relatable, and just kind of seeing just her idea was really, really beautiful. Just how she makes you feel and just uplifting. Do you have to take off your clothes to feel good about yourself? No, that is not what I'm saying. But just the overall experience to be beautified, because half the time this is not what I look like. I literally look like I have a scarf on my head, my husband's clothes, and I'm just trying to run out the door. I'm taking care, again, I'm in the habit of taking care of everybody first. So I'm putting on everybody's mask but my own. So when we go out, I'm like, okay, make sure the kids look good. I got all their stuff together. I got their lunch. Forgot me. So to have a day where I was pampered felt completely amazing. Fast forward to this year, so a few years have gone by, and she had another sale come up, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna do it. Okay, you know what the heck? She had a big sale. Why not? Let's just see. And to see her go from point A to point, I don't know, point Z, because where she is from when I first was with her, she has grown her business so much, and it is just amazing. And it was so inspiring because it became something just so much bigger than what I thought it would be for me. Again, I thought like again now I'm 2 years in to nursing, and these are I'm getting used to them, but they don't sit like they used to now without taping some other things. So I was feeling kind of about that, and again like just not having that day of self care. And Elizabeth and her team were amazing and really, really making me feel special. Again, I will put her link in the description, and I'll also share some of my photos so you can kind of get a feel. But just the experience was amazing, and I walked away with so much inspiration. And I was looking, it's just from looking at her photos, looking at her team, and talking to her team, talking to her, and that is what I realized I was missing. I was missing myself in a creative outlet. That for me is self care. Everybody's self care may look different. Maybe working out could be your thing, whatever it may be, but having my own lane and having my own thing to get, I am a creative person, I'm a creative being. I have to get it out some way, somehow. And so after that, I decided, okay, and mind you, I'm a person, y'all hear me rambling all the time. I'm all over the place. And so being able to see somebody kind of organize, like, 'cause I share personality is, I would say it's definitely kind of close to mine in some ways. Maybe it's the Aries in us, I don't know. But taking that energy, harnessing it, controlling it, into something creative, but also creating a own lane for myself. And I have decided to go in business for myself, but still wanting to be a stay-at-home mom. But I've decided to do that. And for me, I'm so excited. I'm scared. I'm nervous. Do I fully know what I'm doing? No. But that one is the beauty of it. I just feel a sense of accomplishment as I've been researching and really just doing my own due diligence, because it holds me to accountability, and it makes me feel it just like my own person, not mom, not wife, not coworker, whatever you want to call it. It's just this is me and this is for me. So you will be looking for my information coming soon. So in the next video, I'm going to be announcing what I'll be doing, and I will also be asking for some of you all's help along on my journey. And it'll be, I'm going to start off completely free, so don't worry. Like I just I'm ready to dive in. So I will wholeheartedly welcome you along on my journey. And if you are feeling that, definitely find your self-care thing. Like I said, whatever it is. For me, I needed my own. I'm doing okay financially with funds. However, I just wanted to feel the sense of accomplishment of doing something on my own, like that I felt when I was working. Like I had my own, and I knew and felt like like I worked for it. Don't get me wrong now. This stay at home business is tricky and serious business and definitely deserves every penny that my husband gives my way because it's very well earned. However, being able to create that space for myself and do it myself and see and really have control of an avenue is just so self fulfilling. And to have my boys ask questions about me and really it opens up. So not only has it opened doors for me, it's opened doors for my children to ask questions about me a little bit more about, because it's been so much focus on them that sometimes I forget, oh, you don't know mommy's interests like that, do you? Because life has revolved around you, daddy, granddaddy and grandma. And now it is my time to shine. So I welcome you to have your time to shine too. We got this. We can do this together, okay? I am going to be leaving self-care Sunday tips. So look on Sundays for self-care Sunday tips. And it can be whatever. It will be different things. This is a part of my journey. I'll be sharing my journey along the way. I will be having some free giveaways to start as I embark on my new journey. So be on the lookout for that. And I hope that you will join me. I hope that you will show up and be present in this moment, be present in every moment. And we got this. We're going to do it together. And I will see you guys real soon. Remember, the wink is sleep deprivation. I'm going to go take a nap and take a moment for myself. And I look forward to talking to you guys real soon. Bye.